Broadcasting Corporation, good evening. I am Abubakar Bangura with News Hour coming up in this edition. The first ever cardiovascular operation in Sierra Leone has been done at the Choitrams Memorial Hospital. For alleged incitement and conspiracy, 13 police recruits remanded at the Pademba Road Correctional Center. The chairperson of the National Electoral Commission says the commission is prepared for the March 7th elections. And 10 political parties contesting the March 7th election condemned the decision of the organizers of the presidential debate for not allowing them to take part. All the stories and more, including business and sports news, lined up here in this edition of News Hour, which begins right now. For our first story this evening, history has been made in the country as the first ever cardiovascular operation has been done at the Choitrams Memorial Hospital. Doctors from the United States of America and the United Kingdom, with the support from the country's heart specialist, Dr. James Russell, are currently carrying out a pacemaker implantation on patients suffering from heart disease. Here is the story.
According to the Director of Reproductive and Child Health, Dr. Santigi Sise, the World Bank has funded the Ministry of Health and Sanitation to have an in-depth look at the quality of services. He said over the past
Well, we apologize for not bringing you that insert. We, however, continue with the program this evening. 13 police recruits who have been dismissed after 6 months of intensive training at the police training school also have been remanded at the Pademba Road Correctional Center. They were arraigned before Magistrate Santigi Bangura on charges ranging from incitement and conspiracy. According to particulars of offense, the 13 accused persons, whilst at the police training school, incited other recruits to cause havoc and also conspired to commit crime. No plea was taken. Presiding Magistrate Santigi Bangura urged the prosecution to bring forward witnesses for speedy preliminary investigations. According to our court correspondent, relatives and friends could not hold back their tears as the accused persons were taken to the Pademba Road Correctional Center. They are due in court on Monday, 18th February. The Chief Electoral Commissioner of the National Electoral Commission, NEC, Mfali Conte, has said on our sister program, The Podium, that irrespective of the challenges they face as a commission, they are fully equipped and ready to conduct the March 7th elections. The NEC boss also talked about the management of results, over voting, and the fate of NGC's presidential candidate pending the Supreme Court ruling. We now bring you a highlight of it.
I see it's not easy, and I want to take the opportunity before we end to thank all stakeholders, the international community, the government and people of Sierra Leone, the press, civil society organizations, etc. Indeed, the campaign is in its second week, and comparatively it has been so peaceful. I mean, there are few problems. I mean, skirmishes here and there, but the campaign has been So indeed, political parties have carried themselves, I would definitely say. They balloted and then they all have their days, and it's definitely not easy for them. I mean, moving across the country. But I think that is, well, mostly they've respected their days, that I would say. There are few exceptions, very few, that are to wherein between themselves, I can't tell exactly, between themselves, but mostly they respected their days. Well, it's okay now, let me say. I mean, thanks again to the government and people of Sierra Leone and the international community through the UNDP. Well, initially it was not easy. I mean, honestly, some activities, we carried them on low, I mean, through our service providers. But I want to say again, thanks to the service providers and even the staff we recruited, it didn't create any problem. It was not easy, but it's now okay from the government side and the donor side, giving what the, I mean, to a very large extent, giving what they promised, even though, I mean, there's still some money to, but I mean, the promise is there, and yeah, they're giving them money, and even the international community. We are okay so far in terms of logistics. Yes, well, since my assumption to office, what I've done is that, I mean, I and the other commission, we've definitely been very, very transparent. For some of these issues, they are not secret. I mean, where we create, I mean, ballot papers, etc. Yes, we've met them. I mean, the SLPP wrote to me on critical issues. The NGC has also written, and so we've met 2 meetings. We usually have the political parties liaison committee meetings, and last meeting was dedicated specifically to topical issues, critical issues like ballot paper printing, the role of party agents, etc. And we'll discuss these ones. We'll give them. In fact, we are replying to the SLPP letter today and the NGC, giving them this information. It's not secret.
So, you are going to make known to them the serial number where the papers are, the ballot papers are printed, and the amount of ballot papers going to be printed.
Yeah, well, of course, we'll tell. We show the number of ballot papers. There are 3,178,663 voters. Right? We print that one 100%. Then we also print a buffer of 150 ballots. I mean, depending on the area. So, I mean, they can in fact calculate that one to know exactly the amount of ballot papers. Serial numbers, yes, the law says we give serial numbers, right? But again, even at the polling station level, when we give ballot papers to our presiding officers, I mean, they state these ones. So it's not going to be secret. But we want to make sure that ballot papers have, I mean, features which nobody will know except me. So it will be very difficult to actually say you're going to reprint them. Well, definitely, I want us to move forward. I don't want to go backward. Those are their suspicions. I mean, there are so many suspicions. I will not want to go on. I mean, to say whether they are not saying the truth or not. But I would definitely want us to move forward, and we're being transparent. And I want to take this opportunity to assure them, all political parties, all Sierra Leoneans, that will ensure that the elections are free and fair. And they are also free to police us. That's why the law says they should have party agents. We have civil society organizations, I mean, that are also kind of policing us. Yes, I would boastfully say that political parties have confidence in me. And don't forget, we've worked for a very long time. I mean, I've spent over 25 good years in the electoral process. I've served all governments in this country, including the military, and I don't think they've ever seen me in anything that's outside the way. Honestly, to be frank with you, I have the confidence of yes, they definitely have my confidence. Voting is in the law. Section 87 of the Public Elections Act talks about overvoting. Paraphrasing it, it says any votes that if people vote over 100%, that's a number of votes, number of registered voters exceed 100%. That's overvoting. I mean, we can't lose the law. That's exactly what the law says. Then we have we can have a rerun of those elections in that particular area, if they will definitely affect the result, for, especially for parliamentary and presidential and local council election. If for presidential, well, this one, the first one in the constituency, if when you annul the result, if they will affect the entire result in that constituency, you run them back. But if they don't, then you go ahead. For presidential, if they will affect the result for the whole country, run them back. But if they don't, they will not, then you go ahead. Now, for presidential election, let me state this one. For presidential election, any citizen which objects can object to the Supreme Court. I'm told they've done that, right? They've done that. If the Supreme Court rules that, then we go by it.
So what's going to happen with the NDC if it goes that way, that the Supreme Court rules that he must not stand? Are they going to come up with another candidate or what?
No, they will not come up with another candidate. If the Supreme Court rules against Dr. Kande Yumkela, his candidacy will be annulled.
So his party will not be given another chance to come up with
No,
another
it will not be given. We don't even have time. If a candidate dies close to election, presidential election, we countermand. That's we forget about the votes and allow the party to elect another person, and then send another date.
Okay, the date will shift.
Yes, I think it will be something like if you die maybe 7 days before.
That's for all political parties.
For all political parties.
That was the Chief Electoral Commissioner Mfali Konto talking there to Asmiu Ba. 10 out of 16 political parties contesting the March 7th presidential election have condemned the decision of the organizers of the presidential debate to be held on Thursday. At a joint meeting held at Putney Street, Central Freetown, the 10 political parties told newsmen that they are disappointed in all those who were part of the ploy to sideline them for the debate, which has attracted the country's electorate. Joseph Kane attended the press conference and engaged some of the candidates.
Mina Beresford Victor Williams, the leader of the Republic National Independent Party, RINIP. We are one of the contender for the presidential position in Sierra Leone. We know say a presidential debate they take place in Sierra Leone, and we contacted the presidential debate committee where they excluded 10 other political parties. Then we did contest the election and only selected 6 out of 10. Me personally believe that the process is undemocratic, and we know say the democracy in Sierra Leone is quite young, and we know for bring that into jeopardy. The process where they use, they actually not to a process for exclude the other political parties then, but a process for marginalize the people of Sierra Leone, for make them get a clear view of the people that we didn't come for represent them. We got followers all over the countries, and for do this process, it's undemocratic, and they split the country into 2 tiers.
Well, my name is Mohamed Siba. I'm the leader and the presidential candidate for the NDA party, National Democratic Alliance. You know, today I want to say that it's a sad day for we democracy. At a very crucial time in the history of this country, a milestone election, where in fact we get a female presidential candidate running for the highest office. We get AYV and media institution where it bent on systematically trying for marginalize and exclude political parties. The NDA and 10 other political parties, they're not exclude we from participating in the tomorrow presidential election. What in they don't do so, now they don't skew the election, they don't tell the people of this country say, now only 6 political parties that matter. That is wrong. The ballot sample here, 16, but dear for God's sake, but why 6? Okay? So we want to make the public know say a grave injustice has been committed to the people of this country.
Mohamed S.V. Tarawali Jr., Deputy National Chairperson and Leader and the running mate for Unity Party. Challenge a decision where the Presidential Debate Committee don't come up with by selecting 6 political parties for participate in the debate and excluding 10 others. We believe say the process where they use for arrive at these 6 is flawed and a bias. So we're not going to sign up to that. In line with my brothers, they wouldn't speak already, and the other 9 political parties, the Unity Party now one of the parties that will bring forward a female candidate. We also take a different stance. We really try for challenge the order where they move away from affirmative action. The whole world, they preach affirmative action now. Every political party constitution where they see in the world today, then they inject affirmative action, which means women should participate in the democracy of their land. But then people here, even they not consider out of the 6, don't say, okay, no, even agree, say 6 is going to participate, you understand? You got 2 female candidates among that 6. You don't even include one? You exclude all 2 of them? I mean, which rational person or which rational team go able for buy into that?
Mohamed S.V. Tarawali, Deputy Chairman and Leader and running mate of the Unity Party. Earlier on, you heard Beresford G. Williams, Presidential Candidate for the Republic National Independence Party, and Mohamed Sibba, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Alliance. The Eastern Region Women in Governance Network, comprising women from Kailaun, Kenema and Kono districts, has called on the next government to prioritize women and health, education, security, economic empowerment, among others. The manifestos with funds from Christian Aid and Irish Aid was launched in Kailaun and Kenema districts. Ibrahim Sumura reports on this.
Opportunity for launch this really important manifesto when I with Bible and with Quran, advocating for gender equality in development and political governance in 2018 general elections in Sierra Leone.
The manifesto represents the collective will and voices of the women in the Eastern Province. The document is the outcome of extensive consultations led by women in governance networks in Kailaun, Kenema and Kono districts, facilitated by SEND and NMJD. Over 1,000 stakeholders, of whom 50% were women leaders. According to the women, the manifesto will serve as a guide to ensure that women's and girls' social, political, and economic rights are prioritized by the political parties during the electioneering period. President Kailaun Women in Governance Network, Lucy Gunda, said the Women Manifesto captured several issues affecting women and advocating for gender equality in development and political governance.
If you look, Kailaun district, Kenema and Kono, governments don't try for build PHUs. Kailaun district, so we got 86 PHUs, we got 1 government hospital, and we got 1 state hospital. Kenema, we got 123 PHUs, we got 1 government hospital, and we got 2 state-based hospitals. Kono, we got 89 PHUs, and we got 1 government hospital. We appreciate the effort of government and other partners. But with the woman that we still worry, because if you look, the death rate, maternal death rate, under 5 is very alarming in the Eastern region. You look, the availability of ambulances for make referral cases, now a very challenging issue for we, the women in Kailaun district, Kono and Kenema. So now a concern where we partners where the
country director St. Sierra Leone Joseph Ayemga, who spoke on leadership, underscored the importance of leadership, saying that leadership is about service to your communities and making sure that their actions benefit the people.
In this election, all of you, from ADP to SLPP to APC to UDN to Unity Party and to all the political parties, you must all know that not all of you will win this election. That is a fact. But that does not also mean that those of you who lose, that is the end of your life. When you lose or you win, we encourage all of you, especially those who lose, to accept defeat. But we also call on you to redirect your efforts, not only to think about why did I lose as a councillor or why did I lose as a member of parliament, because these are not the only places where we can have leadership. Leadership begins at home. Leadership begins with the self. So if you cannot even govern yourself as a woman, you cannot even govern a family, you can't govern a community, and you cannot govern a district.
Launching the manifesto in Kahilaun, the country director Christian Aid, Jan Kamara, said they supported the women to promote inclusive governance. She spoke of the need for the women to work as a team and should play active roles in their various political parties. Madam Kamara encouraged the female aspirants that love symbols not to lose hope, calling on the women to support their colleague women folks. Local authorities in Kahilaun and Kenema, representatives from CSO, Women Forum, political party representatives, religious bodies, ONS, PPRC, NEC, the police, among others, said the issues captured in the manifesto speak volume, saying that the document will promote women welfare and gender equality. With the theme Inclusive Governance, the women have decided to use the manifesto to engage and influence the development agenda of their district councils from 2018 to 2023. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
A 12-week health service delivery indicator survey training is in progress at the Hill Valley Hotel. The training will afford healthcare providers the opportunity to access the quality of service that healthcare providers are providing in communities. Joseph Stanley reports on the story.
According to the Director of Reproductive and Child Health, Dr. Santigi Sise, the World Bank has funded the Ministry of Health and Sanitation to have an in-depth look at the quality of services. He said over the past years, the government and its development partners have invested a lot in the health sector to improve the health indices, despite a gradual decline in maternal and infant mortality and morbidity. He recalled the distribution of 200 ambulances by government to improve maternal health care and the establishment of a teaching hospital in the country and the introduction of postgraduate medical and public health courses to improve knowledge and expertise. The director said one key component of the survey is simulation and is essential a knowledge testing module of the survey that requires enumerators to test the knowledge of clinical staff, especially in areas of diagnosis and prescription.
If we collect the wrong data, we will paint the wrong picture, and our health system will continue to look bad amongst its peers. As has been said, Sierra Leone is not isolated. We are not living in an island. We compare ourselves to other countries. We have our neighboring countries. Liberia is there, Guinea is there, Ghana is there. They are doing well. Why do we want to? Why are we always ranked last in the world? Do we really have pride as being ranked last? Don't you want to be ranked first? I'm sure all of us want to be ranked first. When you send your child to school, you want that child to come first, second, or third, and not to come last from the bottom. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can only achieve this if all of us come together as Ministry of Health, healthcare providers, and of course, as people who actually love Sierra Leone.
Dr. Sisi said that the ministry and the World Bank would want to have the exact picture so that the government and its partners will work towards addressing the gaps, thereby improving healthcare delivery. The World Bank senior economist Kofi Amampe described the proposed survey as critical in the health settings and encouraged the enumerators to collect the correct information that will enhance quality service delivery in the country.
So please, take this very serious. The training aspect is very important. I think you have already done adaptation, and this is the most critical one. And as you said, anything that will disrupt you from getting the attention of the trainer, please, we have to discuss that because we are here for business.
In his contribution, the principal statistician, Statistics Sierra Leone, Sayambasu, said this is the first time such a research is to be done, and it is unique as it will inform policy decision compared to other countries on health service delivery. Several other speakers made meaningful contribution. SLBC News Joseph Stanley reporting.
The impasse that followed the awarding of the APC parliamentary symbol in Cambia has been amicably settled by stakeholders of constituency 58 in the Tonko-Limba Chiefdom, Cambia district. 8 people contested the symbol, but Alusain Osayo Kamara alias Scorpion was given the symbol. At a meeting at the C. Kamaratelo Hall, Madine, the aspirants pledged their support to Alusain Scorpion to win the parliamentary seat. Here is the story.
During the party's primaries for the awarding of symbols in constituencies across the country, tensions mounted as to who are the most popular and fittest candidates for the symbols. One such a place is Tonko-Limba in the Cambia district, where 8 people contested for the Member of Parliament symbol. The 2 popular candidates in the constituency, Amadou Desmond Bangoy and Alusain Osayo Kamara alias Scorpion. When the MP symbol was awarded to Alusain Osayo Kamara, majority of the people took the back seats. It is against this backdrop that sons and daughters of Tonko-Limba within the APC party stormed Madine to broker peace through a conciliation meeting of all aspirants. Abubakar Kamaratelo said the visit to Madine is to console the losing candidates and embrace Alusain Osayo Kamara alias Scorpion. He said they are all brothers and sisters and members of the APC. They should stand as a formidable force to secure victory in election. He said the high-profile delegation to Tonko-Limba is to address some of the concerns of the people and forge ahead. Dr. Joseph Samsisi told the people that Tonko-Limba is the seat of the APC and they should not allow anybody to fool them. He said the decision to award Alusain Osayo Kamara was taken by the National Advisory Council of the party and should be respected. He called on the losing candidates to support the winner for the development of Tonko-Limba. He said Tonko-Limba is APC. Voting Alusain Osayo Kamara as Member of Parliament will see a massive turnaround in the chiefdom. Dr. Joseph Samsisi appealed to the people of Tonko-Limba to stay united for an APC victory. The Presidential Youth Aide, Ali Conte, said this election has to do with the people of Tonko-Limba. He said Tonko-Limba is a united place for the APC. He called on the youth within Madine and other villages to vote in the APC as there are more opportunities for them. One of the losing candidates, Desmond Bangoy, called on his supporters to embrace the winner. He said even though he is the most popular, the decision taken by NAC is final, saying the APC is bigger than anyone else. He thanks the people of Tonko-Limba for their support, which is a perfect demonstration of the unity of the Limba tribe. He said he will support Alusain Osayo Kamara in his campaign trail in every part of the chiefdom to win the seat for Member of Parliament. The winner of the symbol, Alusain Osayo Kamara alias Scorpion, thanked members of NAC and the entire APC party for awarding the symbol to him. He said since he was awarded the symbol, he has thrown an olive branch to his opponents for them to work as one to win the election. Mr. Kamara said he has traversed the length and breadth of Tonkolimba, talking to the people to vote him as Member of Parliament. Mr. Kamara noted that Tonko is a united chiefdom and assured the people that when he becomes Member of Parliament, he will continue with his development aspirations in the chiefdom. Minister of Youth Affairs, Bai Mahmoud Bangura, thanks the people of Tonko for the reconciliation meeting. He said this will send a strong signal that Tonko is united for victory come March. Also in Cambia, the Minister of Youth Affairs, Bai Mahmoud Bangura, donated 500 bags of cement for the construction of the Bai Mahmoud Junior Secondary School in Mayeki Village, Mambolo Chiefdom. The move is to provide access to education for the children in line with the government's policy on education. Meanwhile, in Freetown, the presidential candidate of the APC, Dr. Samora Kamara, and running mate, Honorable Cherno Majuba, and other party executives in the various constituencies embarked on a door-to-door campaign, explaining to the electorates to vote Dr. Samora Kamara and the APC to continue with the developments of President Ernest Bai Koroma. Party executives, candidates and supporters embarked on a massive campaign within their constituencies, wards and zones. At the Brahma Atuga Stadium in the east end of Freetown, thousands of APC supporters converged in a jubilant mood, chanting APC slogans. Addressing supporters, Dr. Samora Kamara said after President Ernest Bai Koroma, the people of Sierra Leone should vote him as president. He said his manifesto promises to build upon the impressive foundations already laid by President Koroma.
Would I elect the candidate them for members of parliament? Not so. Would I elect mayor candidates? Not so. Would I elect chairman of local council? Not so. Would I elect councillor there? So this is the winning team. You know the vote for one, you left one. And they could have done all for all. No, 2020, all for four, no, and the same thing. 4 for 4, all for all. APC to APC. After APC, after we, all of our party,
The manifesto registered the APC party's commitment to uplift the common man and woman with unlimited opportunities. As a development expert, Dr. Samora Kamara said he will provide more jobs for the people, especially the youths, women and the physically challenged, create more business opportunities, effective business environment and greater access to health, education, energy and ICT, among others. Other speakers at the event also called on the supporters to be loyal to the APC.
Live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. We are going for a short break. After the break, we continue with more stories on the bulletin this evening. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break. welcome back to News Alive on the SLBC. I am Abubakar Bangua. Up next is the business stories.
This is news coming to you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, and now a time for business. And from the business desk, we start with the foreign exchange. Pound sterling buys at 1,241 yuans and sells at 10,458 yuans. US dollar buys at 7,458 yuans and 7,793 yuans. The euro buys at 9,103 yuans and sells at 9,248 yuans. That is the foreign exchange rate courtesy of the Bank of Sierra Leone. Now for the main business stories. Sierra Lighthouse Hotel is set to host a dinner in respect to the Valentine's Day celebration. According to Venn, the proceeds of the dinner will go towards empowering young people in terms of education. To tell us more on the hotels and its plans, Michael Jones explained to Lucien Ganda in this interview.
First, it was just a restaurant. Later on, we moved into an hotel system, and now it's generally owned by local people, Sierra Leonean, who are the ones who are operating this hotel. So, in existence, it has been more than 5 years plus.
How long have you been able to benefit, especially the community where the hotel finds itself?
The hotel finds itself in a Man of War Bay community in Aberdeen, and it's a historical site down at Aberdeen. And when you look at the composition of the staff in the hotel, it's purely local. Everyone working in the hotel are local people in terms of management level, in terms of operational level, in terms of tactical level and strategic level. They are local people, and most of those people who are working in this hotel are Sierra Leoneans. And of course, talking about Sierra Leoneans, of course, these are some people also from the community, and they are benefiting. And when you look at the composition of the staff in terms of sex, in terms of male and female, it has a balance of male and female also working.
Your corporate social responsibility within the community, because earlier on you spoke about a project, you want to come up with a dinner to facilitate some kind of project. You want to dilate on that?
Yes, of course. I spoke earlier on our Valentine's special dinner that we are having this year. You know, we've been having this dinner all these past years, but this time we make it a special dinner in the sense is that we want to see how best we can, in our own little corner, in our own small way, to help in the community development activities in terms of education, in terms of empowering young people within the community. So that makes this dinner a very special dinner. It's going to be a once in a year event, and a dinner you can't even think about, you can't even imagine about how special it is. One, in terms of the food you're going to have the best food. Secondly, you're going to have a nice and classical music that you're going to be listening to. And of course, in the package that we have there for that dinner, what we're going to have from the proceeds, you're paying 400,000 for couple, what you're going to have from the proceeds, we're going to be used also to empower the young people in terms of education, giving them scholarship or buying school or learning materials towards the community.
Well, that's the business news with Ibrahim Samora. Up next to bring you the sports stories.
welcome to our sports update on the Siren Broadcasting Corporation. I am Esther Mai Samuel. The National HIV and AIDS Secretariat and partners have organized a football match between Institute of Advanced Management and Technology, IAMTech, and Government Technical Institute, GTI. This is part of commemorating the International Condom Day on the 14th February 2018. The match was played on Tuesday, February 13, 2018 at the Trade Center playing field in Freetown. Here is the report. International Condom Day set aside by AIDS Healthcare Foundation promotes increased access of condoms. The National HIV and AIDS Secretariat and its partners have organized a match to commemorate the International Condom Day with the popularization of love condoms during the football match that ended in a goalless draw between the two colleges. John Betty, a medical doctor from AIDS Healthcare Foundation, said condom use is very important in preventing HIV and AIDS and other sexual transmitted diseases.
International Condoms Day is a day actually implemented by AHF, which is a non-governmental organization where they implement HIV and AIDS activities in terms of treatment and then prevention. So we see and say Valentine's Day is a day for a youth, normally for lovers. So what normally the AHF they try for promote the condom use among the youths and the general population. So then they come up with activities, they come up with testing, and then they do free condom distribution. They promote the use of condoms among the youths. You know, say condom, they prevent a lot of diseases like STDs and HIV. Then among the women, they also they prevent unwanted pregnancy.
Abubakar Kuma, communications specialist from the National HIV and AIDS Secretariat, thanked the learning institutions for commemorating the day and explained its relevance.
On behalf of the Directorate and staff of National HIV and AIDS Secretariat, we gladly foresee young people they come for join we for commemorate International Condoms Day. As soon as na day we just day near with the Valentine's Day. Plenty meaning we don't be giving to the Valentine's Day where we think say mostly it affects young people there because if you walk around the streets of Freetown, all man they buy anything red. And it get different meaning and we know say one common thing will go happen.
And in local leagues update today at the Central One Football Association Non-Violence Competition at the Kofa Grounds, Mountain City Football Club had a 4-0 deserving win against College Town. And in the international scene, Liverpool defeated Porto by 5-0, while Real Madrid defeated Paris Saint-Germain by 3-1 in the Champions League round of 16. That's the latest update in sports. I am Esther Marie Samuel. Thanks for watching.
Update for this evening. Up next, we'll bring you the entertainment news with Mohammed Kinmilan.
Emmanuel Medbasi is a gospel musician who has been in the music industry for quite a long time. Though being in the industry, much has not been heard from him in a while.
It is in being 2-1 music, not big anything for do to me, for upgrade me, think about financially, morally, until you think about the price and the just.
Medbasi said he got his inspiration in music over 30 years ago when his mom took him to church and he saw the church choir in performance. He started playing the keyboard and guitar. He later released 2 albums I'm Special and I'll Make It, which had a hit song, Heavenly Language, popularly known as Hallelujah. Though it's been years since he last released a song or an album, his passion for art is still strong. That is why he is planning a comeback with his new album titled I'm Bouncing Back.
We are titled I'm Bouncing Back. I believe saying the stepping stone for take me higher level.
He said this album has inspirational songs that will definitely change the minds of people. This album will be launched on the 25th of February at the British Council Tower Hill, Freetown, and various Sierra Leonean gospel artists will be in attendance. International gospel musicians from South Africa and Nigeria have arrived in Freetown yesterday to give out wise words of wisdom to young Sierra Leoneans through Praise and Worship Festival on how they should celebrate Valentine's Day. These gospel musicians, along with Sierra Leonean gospel artists, will hold the red carpet of praise and worship at the New Life Ministries International.
Hello everyone in Freetown. I am Minister Miriam Joseph. I'm coming from South Africa. I'm a music minister. I'm here for the Festival of Worship and of Praise with New Life Ministries International, which my host is Bishop J.E. Achibat Cole and the First Lady. So it's going to be a great time in the presence of God. So wherever you are in the city of Sierra Leone, we encourage you to come as we worship God together.
My name is Ernestine Monsoka. We're here to pick up guest ministers that are coming in from the Festival of Worship and it's a time that we all come together as a nation because we need it at this time as well to worship God.
The gospel of hope, love, and non-violence during the elections among young people will be performed through praise and worship.
Well, that's the entertainment news with Mohammed Kilmilan. To end news are the main points again. The first ever cardiovascular operation in Sierra Leone has been done at the Toitrams Memorial Hospital. For alleged indictment and conspiracy, 13 police recruits have been remanded at the Pademba Road Correctional Center. The chairperson of the National Electoral Commission, NEC, Mfali Conte, has said the commission is prepared for the March 7th elections, and 10 political parties contesting the March 7th election have condemned the decision of the organizers of the presidential debate for not allowing them to take part. Well, that's all in this edition of News Broadcast Live. On this, I'll be on behalf of the news editor Asmi Uban, the rest of the team. I am Abubakar Bangwem Freetown. For more information about the programs, do send us your comments to SLBC live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Do have a wonderful time with the SLBC and keep watching. Good night.